Hi, it's David, and today we're going to replace this old leather shift boot with this brand new one. So we bought this new leather shift boot from Redline Accessories. I'll put a link to it down below. This was not sent to us. We actually purchased this. This is not paid advertising of any way, so I want to say that before. We'll see how this goes. I don't know how it's done. We're going to learn on the fly. So the first thing we got to do is start taking some of this trim off. So there's this little black piece here. I've got a flat screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and this microfiber towel. The towel is to try to make sure that we don't ruin anything. So we're just going to try to flip the blade in and don't give it too much pressure. It should pop right out, as you can see. So this will help us get down to the bottom. Similarly, we're also going to take the flat blade and we're going to lift this piece off. So we're going to set our blade underneath and just kind of start working it. Want to be gentle so you don't break anything, because you're going to have to reuse all this. And there we go, we got that part off. So now we just kind of lift it out. Next, I believe we're supposed to lift this off. Make it a little easier if we take this frame off of it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So to get this knob off, appears to require quite a bit of force on this one. Apparently some people, it doesn't require much force. So one trick they suggest is set it into reverse and sit in the passenger seat. So get ready for your close-up. So we're gonna try to pull this off by sitting in the passenger seat, and then you use your feet for force. So I'm gonna come over there. It's gonna look really weird. All right, so I'll move the seat up so I can get as much force as possible. Okay. And that worked. That was it. So it came off pretty easy after I did that. So that's a top tip. I'll get back over so I'm not so close, but we got it off. So the next thing we need to do is get this off of the leather off of it. So you can see that does come off, but it's on there pretty good. Now we'll want to pop off this cap. So again, we're going to use the old trick of that and try to just get in there. It's actually, you might even be able to get your fingernail under there. And mainly this towel is so that we don't ruin the actual piece, because we don't care that much about the leather itself because we're replacing that. And once you pop it off with the screwdriver, you might be able to use your finger. There we go. So as you can see, we just got to get all that leather off. So now it's just a matter of working it with your hands and getting all that leather off. If you don't, since we don't really care about this one that much, we can always break the seams. As you can see, this one's tatty, so you can get that off there. Once you have that, it just kind of slides right off. They recommend using some glue. You don't absolutely have to. That one does not appear that the original had any glue, so I'm going to do it without. I've heard of some people using super glue. A lot of people have used contact cement. They recommend an epoxy glue if you're going to glue it. So we're going to see what it does if I don't glue it, how this fits. Now it's possible we may need to heat this up to get the leather to fit on there, but we'll see how it goes. So there's these little notches all around, and we're just going to fit them into the holes. You need to carefully work it so that you don't have any issues. Now you may find it good to use some glue for some of these sections, and I may decide to grab some just to do it. It's pretty clean, so we're good there. But you may need to sand it down and clean it more. So while this is particularly for Porsche Boxster, 986 Boxster, this will work on other year, pretty similar for other year Boxsters. Also similar for the 911, and other brands have, while maybe not exact same steps, will be similar for a lot of different car makes. That usually there's some kind of trim piece that goes in to the leather like this. And what you want to do, the real careful part, is right here where we're coming to the end, making sure we don't tear the leather. So now we're all the way in. All right, so I'm gonna try this with no glue, and we'll give an update and see if I end up coming back and gluing it. But the original doesn't look like it had any glue in any of theirs, so we'll see how that works. Now this is where, take the handle here, we're just gonna come in from the top and work it in. This one's slipping into place pretty nicely there. So you can glue this down once you get it all down there, or just hold it. Now that we have it in, more or less, we need to kind of work it in there. So I just put it in neutral, and I want to kind of get the base back in place. You might find it easier as you're working, you might have to shift some of these, but I want to go ahead and get the bottom base in place now so that we have that sturdiness, and then pull down so that we have this all the way down. Make sure that there's enough play in there because you don't want too much here. So one thing with the knob, you got to make sure it's the right way, and we may end up having to cut a few of these edges as we go if we need to, but we'll try it without that. So you can take your flathead screwdriver and just kind of push the leather into place where it belongs. So where a little contact cement can come in handy, just making sure that it's all down where you want it. As you're lining everything up, you know you gotta get these in the right holes. So one thing you can do is line up the holes first. So one way to tell whether the knob is correct is these have the little holes, and so make sure the pattern is going the right way. So my GoPro ran out apparently, and so missed a bit of this, but what I've done was I just put a little bit of glue around the edge, and it held down the edge, which is what apparently you're supposed to do. And then once I had that, these were held in, and the top fit right in, no problem. So that was very nice. So now we've already popped everything into place, other than this little clip here, which just pops right back under. And there we go. So I definitely think contact cement's a good idea, or some type of glue. Super glue, contact cement, super glue, you'll get it on your fingers easily. Contact cement is a lot better that way. So this is the perforated version. This is for the Boxster. The original did not have perforated leather, so this is the perforated version. If you got the perforated version, you got to be careful with the glue because the glue will come out the holes. So if you've got like a BMW, that's pretty common. So that's one thing to note with the perforated version, is that with glue, it obviously it's just going to come right through the holes, and so you need to take a wet cloth quickly to get any excess before it dries and you end up with some kind of residue on the outside. Overall though, I think it looks good. It really updates the interior, makes it look a little newer, fresh leather. We'll do that to you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And we're gonna have a giveaway once we hit 10,000 subscribers. So make sure to share with your friends as well after you subscribe, so that way we can get there faster. Extreme close up. This is gonna be fun to edit.